Hi, first graders. Welcome back. Here we go. Go Math Lesson 10.7 Problem Solving to Represent Data. How can showing information in a graph help you solve a problem? That's what we're going to be learning today. Well, we've been learning all about graphs and tallies as well. Tallies can help us to create a bar graph because tallies are easy for us to represent data. And then it's easier for us to create a bar graph because we have all of the data at our fingertips. So here we go. Here's the first unlock the problem. We're going to first pull information out that we need in order to solve the problems and also use the data that we need in order to create the graphs. So Brad sees many animals at the park. How can you find how many animals Brad sees? Well, once again, here's our visual up here in the right-hand corner. Well, what do we need to find? So, as mathematicians, we need to pick out the exact information that we need because there's a lot of information there and we don't need it all in order to solve the problem. Well, what do we need to find? We need to find how many animals Brad sees. What information do I need to use? Well, I need to use the number of rabbits that are there, the number of birds that are there, and the number of deer that are there, because those are all of the animals represented in the picture. You can see the deer, you can see the rabbits, and you can see the birds on top flying in the sky. So let's go down and I'm going to show you how to solve the problem. All right. So we're going to be flipping back up and down. This way we are able to create this graph. So we're not using tallies for this. We're going to create this bar graph. So I'm going to choose to use a different color for each. Now, how many rabbits did you see in this picture? How many? 1, 2, 3. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my crayon and I'm going to color in 3 because that is going to represent 3 rabbits. Because remember, when we were doing graphs in a few lessons before, you always want to look down, across, and down to see the amount. So 1, 2, 3, and look down, up. Yep, that's exactly 3 rabbits. Okay? Because our bottom of our graph is telling us the number of animals. Okay? The side of our graph is telling us what animals we're looking at. So let's do the next one. We have bird. Okay, well, let's go back up and how many birds? Do green for birds. Well, how many birds do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 birds. So I'm going to shade in 6 boxes for those birds. And one more to make 6. See how we know? And then we have deer. Oh, we go back up. Oh dear, there's 2. 1, 2. One. Ah, my color didn't save. 1, 2. Okay, so here's our bar graph now. So we're showing 3 rabbits, we're showing 6 birds, and we're showing 2 deer. Do you see how simple it was? Once you fill in your graph, it's much easier to read the information, to read that data. So now we want to add all of these together. So we have 3 rabbits plus 6 birds plus 2 deer equals how many animals? Okay, well, right away, what's easier to combine? I think 3 and 2 because 3 and 2 make 5. Then I have 5 plus 6. Well, I know 5 plus 5 is 10, so 5 plus 6 equals 11. Good job, boys and girls. Excellent. So there are a total of 11 animals in our picture. Amazing work. Let's try one more. Now, the tally chart is already done for you. We are working on a tally chart that Bella made to show the favorite sport of 10 friends. So we know already that there are going to be 10 different tallies, okay? So soccer. Soccer has how many? Well, we know that this is a group of 5 because there's always a group of 5 if there is 4 and a diagonal line through makes and represents that group of 5. So we have 5, 6 for soccer. I'm just going to help myself out by writing it here. We have 3 for basketball, and we have 1 for baseball. Now I want to fill in my bar graph. Well, it's super simple because I already have the tally chart and I already looked at the tallies and said, okay, this represents 6 soccer, this represents 3 basketball, and this represents 1 baseball. So now it's going to be a lot simpler to fill in our bar graph. So here we go. For soccer, we have 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Good job. Now, basketball. Miss D'Onofrio loves basketball. There were 3 friends that chose basketball as their favorite sport. 1, 2, 3. Now, if I was in person with you, my shading in would be much better. So don't make fun of Miss D'Onofrio's shading over here. I'm trying my best. And back up to baseball is our last one. And there's 1 person or 1 friend that likes baseball. Here we go. And now our chart is fully filled in. Our whole bar graph is filled in according to our tally chart. So remember, here's the title of our graph. It's called Our Favorite Sport. The side, shows us the kinds of sports. So soccer, basketball, baseball. And the bottom is showing us the number of children so that it's much easier for us to answer the questions that go along with the data. Good job, boys and girls. You're going to now go on to Think Central and practice these skills.